Greetings, brother. You there?
Yes, sir. How you doing? Yes,
I'm
sir.
all
I'm
right.
here.
I'm all right. Based on God's grace, I'm here,
All
brother.
right.
So
Yes,
I
sir.
wanted
Me
to talk
too.
to you about Mr. Kirk Franklin and the running he had with his son.
Yes,
So
sir.
let's listen to the audio, brother, and let me set it up for us.
Yes, sir.
Let's see how we do this here. Uh, yeah. All right. Now I'm still working on how to do this here, man. I remember how. Oh, here we go. Share screen. Yeah. Okay. I don't want to share this here. How did I do that last time, man? Oh,
I don't know, but you did it.
I did do it, huh? Let's see. That's the
Yes,
one
you
I want.
did.
Okay. Just the one I want. Can you see now?
I can't see. I can hear you, but I can't see you. It's screaming black.
Okay.
There you go.
What about now? What you see on the screen?
I see audio
This is me,
leaked
man.
or something.
Right? It's me and you.
Now I see you on the screen. Now
Okay.
I see
So we
both of us.
okay.
Yep.
And do you see the web page?
Yes, sir.
You see it? Okay. I'm gonna play it.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay, if you think I'm really good, let me say it like this. When your bitch ass starts getting shit you need to get your skinny motherfucking ass back out the goddamn way before I put my foot in your ass. Because I dare you. I dare you. I dare you. I dare you. Shut the fuck up. I'm old. What's up? I will punch your neck, nigga, if you ever disrespect me. I did it. He just hung up the phone. I'll break your neck. Is that a threat?
All right, brother. That was Kirk Franklin, the gospel singer and composer and everything, and that was him going in on his son. What you think, brother?
I really I didn't hear what he said. My audio was breaking up a little bit. But
We got to work.
I could hear the frustration. Yeah, I can
Yeah,
hear the
man.
frustration. Let me go here.
Okay, yeah, you listen to him on your end.
No, I'm saying that and that boy being the son,
Uh huh.
and you calling the father for some money.
Uh huh.
What you think any father, or how you think any father would react? No
We don't.
father in his right mind
We don't know that he called him for some money,
is gonna greet you with pleasant words.
but you and myself
I
being
know.
fathers,
That's what
we
I
know the
heard.
boy
So
called him for something. You know,
yes,
he
sir.
called him for something.
If he went off the
So
way he did, I could hear the frustration.
yeah.
Right.
Well, that's the love and the
But
frustration. You
the
love him,
question is,
but
why would
why would what?
no? I was just gonna say, I was just gonna say, why calling? He calling for something. It
Of
don't
course.
sound good.
Yeah.
He messed up somewhere.
So
And my question was, why would you take that audio and put it out there? I don't understand that.
that's a good question. Why would somebody do something like that? Why would your own son do something like
Well,
that?
you have Exactly. You have to want to show the world the hypocrisy in your own father to do something like that.
But we all have hypocrisy in us. So why would you just only want to show his hypocrisy? What would make you want to just show his his
Right.
hypocrisy only?
Right. That's the thing. I mean, what's in you? What made you? What's making you? What made you feel like you needed to show the world this? Because this is something that what's in house needs to stay in house. This is something that the world shouldn't know about. This is a
Exactly.
side of him that
Exactly.
nobody else should see besides his family.
Exactly. Exactly.
About him.
I don't
So
care
what's
what your
in you?
parents
What made you do this? I mean,
don't matter what your parents do. They get a pass. You circle the wagons around them. You know what I mean? You circle the
right,
wagons around them. You know, I had an uncle. I had an uncle, God rest his soul. That was my best uncle. And he had issues that everybody covered. I didn't know he had issues until he came on my house one day and stuff started going crazy. But I didn't know he had issues. You know what I'm saying? Because his wife, his son,
right,
his daughter-in-law, they all covered down on them dude. You know what I'm saying? They didn't let him go nowhere, and
right,
you know what I mean. They was on him. You know what I mean. Make sure he was he always looked tight. So I never saw none of that stuff until he was at my house, and it was unavoidable. And I was like, "What's going on with this?" And they said, "Oh, he's been dealing with this for a couple of years." I was like, "Oh, I didn't know that." Okay, you know what I mean? Because I didn't know. I've been
right,
seeing him. But anyway,
right,
my point is they kept that under wraps, and I only found out because he stopped by
right,
my house, for a small visit. If he had kept, just kept on riding by, I would have
right,
still would have never found out. So my point is, when your family,
right,
you expect to, circle the wagons around you. So what would make a
right,
son call his father crazy and actually get that uh that angry with this father that he want to put him out there like that, right?
right.
I think it was Noah had son,
I
right?
mean,
Said, man,
I
you drunk,
I have
right? He wanted to run around telling
right,
everybody Noah was drunk. And how did it work out for him?
right,
So I'm saying these children, I'm saying sometimes they don't understand, as you and I know, because we trade stories all the time about our sons doing crazy stuff. Sometimes they just don't. But my thing is, my question to you, as my spiritual brother, why would a young man, what would drive him that crazy to say, I'm going to, I know I got conflict with this man, but now because of my conflict with the man, I'm going to try to affect his whole uh, income by doing this. Why would he do that? What would make him do that?
right.
In your opinion?
Well, I got a couple of theories. You know,
Okay?
when you a child, like the Bible says, you think as a child, but when you become a man, you think as a man.
Should, yeah.
See, a
Well,
child is
let me
like
put
the
this out there,
body
brother Jarvis.
grown.
The boy
You
is
don't have right to
33
judge your
years
parent.
old, sir. Sir, I can hear you now. What'd you say, brother Jarvis? Brother
You
Jarvis,
there? I can see you now.
I'm here.
Yes, sir. I got you now.
Can you? Okay, you can hear me now, right? No, I think you gotta get. Yeah, you gotta get that apple quick, brother. Your stuff is keep falling up, falling apart on you. You there? Well, let me take the reign till you come back. Um, I reached out to this brother, man. I reached out to uh his son, and I reached out to him, and I tried to, I asked him to, get some help if he can, and get some help, and hopefully he can, you know, get that help. You know what I mean? I don't see why or how a person could get that angry, but let me just teach on it then. Brother Jarvis, he fell off, but maybe he'll hit us back in a minute. Um, there's no way that you should put your family business out in the street under no circumstances. Unless it's a violent attack or something like that. There should be no reason why anybody should be putting the family business out there, especially if you're a young man. If you're a young man, what you should do is, if your father is involved with your life and you don't like his involvement, then step away from him. When you get on your own 2 feet in your own house that you bought, that you paid for, and in your own vehicles that you pay for, you sit down with your father and you talk to him and you tell him about what you had a problem with and try to work it out. But you don't try to throw stones at a person from their own table. You don't you don't do that. How can you how can you how can you have your feet under your father's table and kicking everybody under the table? That doesn't make no sense. If you don't want to eat at that table, get up and go make your own table. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, that's harsh," and I'm not defending Kirk Franklin's language. I don't defend that language, but I understand. As a father myself, I understand these boys in this day and age can make you lose your mind if you don't, you know, take a second every, take a minute to just think about what you're about to say, because they if they get your emotions boiling, they can make you crazy because you tell them this is going to happen and they still walk straight into the bear trap, and then they ask for help out of it, and you say, man, now they asking you for $2,500 for lawyers fees to get out of something that you told them not to do in the first place. It's really frustrating a lot of times, especially with the boys. I mean, I don't know, I don't have any girls, but I know with the boys definitely, because every once in a while they feel themselves and they think, oh, I mean, I'm this, I'm that, but yet they still got their feet under your table, or they still expect you to pay for their lifestyle. Man, no. If you have problems with your father, then your number one job, your number one, excuse me, your number one job, if you have problems with your father, is to go get your own. Go get your own place. Go get your own. Don't take another dollar from this man. If you got problems with him, then you should have problems with his money. Don't take no more money from him. Don't take no more nothing from this man. No support, no kind of way, nothing. Then go back, build your own situation. Then be able to, then you be able to talk. But I still say you don't put. You don't put stuff out on your family. You just don't do that. You don't do that. Number one, that's foul. And number two, what you're doing is showing people that they can't do business with you. You showing men. I don't know if a woman would look at that and say, "Oh, well, he did that because of that. I could do business with him." I don't know if a woman would do it, but a man, a grown man, a real man, is gonna look at that and say, "Damn, if he gonna do that to his father, I can't do no business with somebody like that. He willing to do that to his own father, man. I better not get involved with no one." And so the only kind of cats that's gonna do business with you is cats like you, or cats that's behaving like you behaving. Because I don't think you're a bad cat. I think you just misunderstanding the situation. I don't think you really understand all your father did for you, that you owe him that respect. You owe it to him. You owe him that respect. Whether you like what he's saying to you or not, you owe him the respect of listening and taking in the good, leaving out what you don't like you don't like to hear that cussing. Yeah. And then if he still wants to go to counseling, take him to counseling and articulate the issues that you have in. I don't think you know how to properly articulate some of the issues. So I'll articulate a couple of issues. Well, number one issue I see already is I see that they're emasculating you. They expect you to be a man, but they keep emasculating you. So you caught in between one rock and a hard place because they expect you to be a man, but they keep treating you like a boy. Okay? They need to treat you like a man. That way, when they will see you start to act like a man. And number two, they need to stop with the humiliation, because no one wants to be humiliated, especially by a superior or someone they feel is superior. No one wants to be humiliated. And that humiliation is not the way to bring the best out of someone through humiliation. Humiliation usually is going to bring the worst out of a person, and then it's going to just spiral out of control. And I'm saying this to Mr. Franklin, your daddy. Can't humiliate somebody into doing what you want them to do, especially your children. They the ones that's, what they say, a prophet is without honor in his own home. People around you, man, they don't see you like God see you. They just don't see you like that sometimes. And if you have more than one child, somebody is going to be the rebel in the bunch. Somebody. It's unfortunate, man. I mean, I feel bad on both sides because I feel like both of these guys love each other. They just don't know how to communicate. It's just a communication problem. They just don't know how to communicate to each other. The father doesn't know how to communicate to the son to reach the son and let the son see what he deserves and how he should conduct himself to his father. The father doesn't know how to do that, and I feel the same way about the son. The son doesn't know how to say. He doesn't know how to articulate. Hey, you guys are, number one, you're expecting something from me, but you're not putting me in a position to do that. You're treating me like a little kid, but you expect me to act like a grown man. See, that's the dynamic in the family is crazy in that way. And I don't and this is me just speculating because obviously I don't live with them. I don't know them. I don't know any of these people personally. So I'm not an expert. This is my estimation based on the behavior of both people that I have observed so far. I know this man loves his son. You don't get that upset if you don't love your child. I get that. He loves his dad. You don't get that upset if you don't love your dad. I get that they love each other. I get that. The problem I see is the communication. But the first thing that needs to happen is the Franklin family needs to treat this young man like a man. Talk to him like a man. Stop dealing with him like he's a 15-year-old kid. He's a grown man. But you treating him like a kid and then expecting him to react like a man. He's going to keep reacting like a child until he understands in his own head that he's not a child. And you and me and we as parents, we have to kind of push that along. It's like the birds, man. Birds, when the baby birds are in the nest. When the baby birds are in the nest, man. They when the parent finally get tired of feeding them, and they say they big enough and they got enough feathers on them, they don't say nothing to them. They just push them right out. They squeak and ask for food. They just push them out. Don't say nothing to them. Or in some cases, they just leave them. They just leave. Sir. You look like the midnight stalker, brother. Need some light in there. There you go. Ooh, Brother Jarvis, you got to get a camera.
Technical difficulty.
Yes, sir. I understand.
Is that bad, huh?
Yeah, man. You got to get a camera, man. Ooh. Ay.
Hold on.
Holy smokes. Anyway, let me go back on to my rant. So I was talking about Kirk Franklin's son. Can you hear me, brother? I guess you can't. Anyway, I was talking about Kirk Franklin's son, and what he needs to do, in my opinion, is he needs to go back and ask for his father's forgiveness. Then, once he gets his father's forgiveness for what he did, hopefully the father will ask for forgiveness for emasculating the boy and putting him in a position where this is how he's going to react. Can you hear me, brother? Ooh. Brother Jarvis is I told him a long time ago to get a mic and a camera, but he's one of them guys that kind of like got to learn the hard way sometimes. Anyway, yeah, so really, I mean, I made a whole nother video about Kirk Franklin's son anyway, but I wanted to discuss it with the brother while we were trying out this live stream. This is us trying out the live stream. We don't, we're just getting up and started. So we're just trying to try it out and see how it goes. But anyway, let's move on to another topic. What's another topic that we can do? We can definitely.
I wanted to ask because the Shade Room recently shared a post by a.
Okay, so let's let me do this, and let's watch this and see what's happening with this.
The Shade Room recently shared a post by a man named Eric Haynes, who encountered quite the dating dilemma. Haynes said, quote, "I recently went on a date with a nice woman. We had dinner, drinks, and a great conversation. All right. As the waiter brought our bill, my date asked me to buy 2 takeout dinners for her kids. No! I said no, because I don't even know her kids, and she had an attitude the rest of the night. So I cut the date short." Do you think Eric did the right thing? Yeah. That's weird. some cheap people. Them kids were hungry. No.
Well, she should have bought some money.
And I don't know. Lady, if you're watching the show, clearly send your address to Adrienne Houghton because let me explain. You guys already know this about me. I would never ask for the money or ask a man to pay for my children. But I will say this: I'm married to a man that has children. And obviously, at some point when we were dating, I got to meet them and all that good stuff.
Right.
With that being said, if I was really having a great chemistry with somebody and I felt there was actually a need there, maybe those kids need. Now, I'm not saying I'm buying them ribeye steaks to take home, maybe a grilled cheese, but like I think I wouldn't think that was terribly horrible. If he was like, if he was like, hey, can we grab the kids something to eat too? I'd be like, okay, yeah, no problem. I don't see it as.
And then it all comes out of her.
So my thing is, though,
in order, it's a date.
But no,
but she comes with children.
I know, but in order for her, I don't know. I just don't know any mom who would leave their children unfed or hungry before they would go out to.
So, looking at this situation, we see that for some reason, a man on Facebook asked one of these ladies for their opinion on what they should have done when asked about that. He and a lady went on a date, and the lady asked him to buy, after the date was over and they were eating, they were in a restaurant, the lady asked him to buy her children some food. First date. Now, I'm thinking that's a bad idea on the first date. I mean, why would any woman do something like that? But I mean, you know, people do crazy stuff like this. I mean, I don't see no reason why you would do it as a woman. That would be, you must really, let me put it out there for women who they can see what is going through a man's mind when you ask them to do something like that. You must really think that I am boo the fool, as we used to say in the old school days. Excuse me. You must think I'm boo the fool. Why would I buy your children, quote unquote, food? That could be for your man. You could be taking this home to your man. I don't know what's going on. Why would I do something like that? And why would you ask me to do something like that? That's what you think about me? You think I'm that stupid? Well, I should be buying your children food on the first date. What you gonna ask me on the second date for? A car? But if you watch all of this video, they don't even address the man. They don't even address what he should have done, which is what he should have done is said, you know, sure, ordered, I'll be right back, and walked out of there and left her there. That's what he should have done. No, he shouldn't have did that. No, I'm being facetious. What he should have done is said, I don't feel good. I'm gonna give you the script for what you say, something like that. Whenever a woman asks you something like that and you don't know her that well, this is what you say. Because they'll say they're gonna use the same script on you. I don't feel comfortable at this point in our relationship doing something like that. If you ask a girl on the first date to, let's let's do some 50 Shades of Grey type stuff, right? First date. First date. I mean, as soon as she get in the car, you trying to get her to the house and you walking her straight to the bedroom. She's gonna be like, whoa, wait. I just met you, right? And that's what she's supposed to say. That's what she's supposed to say, right? I'm not taking nothing away from her. I'm trying to give you her game, give you the game. You say the same thing. Whenever they ask you to buy something and you don't feel comfortable, you tell them, this is the script. I don't feel comfortable at this point in our relationship doing something like that. Maybe later, when I get to know you better, I feel more comfortable doing something. That's what to tell you when you try to do something, you try to get something going on physically, right? We'll tell them the same thing on the money side. But see, I know why guys ain't gonna do this. You're not gonna do it because you're gonna say to yourself, man, she gonna walk away. So let her walk away. I don't, man. I hope if there's so many women out here, just let them walk away. You ain't losing nothing, man. Listen, this is get this mentality. You're not losing anything you didn't have in the first place. You didn't lose anything. You haven't lost anything, right? It's like you have money in a certain stock. You sold the stock. The stock, after you sell it, it dropped dramatically. Boom. People lose hundreds of thousands of dollars and thousands of dollars. That's money you didn't have anyway. You didn't lose that money. You got nothing to do with it. Or you were gonna buy a stock and it dropped. And all these people lost all this money. But you didn't buy the stock. How are you gonna be mad? You didn't lose that money. You never had it anyway. So it's not a loss for you. Stop looking at women like there's something to lose. They're not nothing to lose. A good woman is something to lose. But most of these women aren't good women. A good woman, you'll be able to see from a mile away. You'll know. A good woman won't be somebody. You ain't going to have to figure out whether a good woman is good. You'll be able to see that right away. She going to stand out among just scallywags that's out here. Same thing with a good man. A good man is going to stand out. He going to walk different. He going to move different. He going to flow different. He going to have a whole different vibe. It's going to be the vibe that these women walked away from in their 20s, right? Now you looking for that vibe, but most of them guys are already scooped up because somebody has sense enough to say, why am I going to let a good man like this go away so I can go play on a carousel? It's not worth it. And it's so many men that are not men. Like we were just talking about Kurt Franklin's son, right? We were just talking about Kurt Franklin's son. There's so many men that's they don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. So, what can you do? What can you do? The best thing you can do is, be a good person yourself. Be the best person you can be. Be honest. Don't be out here. Don't lie. And, we all lie. We've all lied. But, at a certain point, I can talk because, I was demon possessed. So I had so many things going on. Man, I was living a triple life. You know what I mean? I was just, man. But I'm proof that God works. That is a product that you should buy. God works, and if God's not free, He costs, but He costs in prayer and sacrifice. Just like any relationship, it costs in prayer and sacrifice. You can't have no relationship without prayer and sacrifice, and you're gonna have to sacrifice something to be in a relationship, a good relationship. Same thing with a relationship with God. You're gonna have to sacrifice some things to be in a relationship. Oh, okay, I can't be a hoe no more. Oh, okay, I can't be a hoe no more. Oh, I can't be, a male hoe no more. I can't do it. I can't lie. I can't steal people money. I can't. These certain things you're gonna have to start scratching off your list if you want God in. Because I'm living proof. See, some people be telling you, man, God is real because He paid my light bill. He paid your light bill. I've been in almost 10 near-death situations, from illness. I'm 40 pounds lighter than I used to be, all muscle. 40 pounds lighter. I'm coming off of a chronic illness, and I'm dealing with it. You know what I mean? I'm thanking God that I'm here every day. But I've been on my deathbed at least 4 or 5 times. I mean, hospitalized. They didn't know if I was coming back. You know what I mean? So I've been in car accidents. On I mean, I should have been dead a long time ago, but I got a job to do. I got to give some of this knowledge to some of our younger brothers, man, and try to bring them along. Let me see if I can add Brother Jarvis in here. Brother Jarvis, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Um, I'm talking about, man, now, see, it done took so long, brother. I'm talking about how God has transformed my life and made my life into something that can be used to show people that you can come from the gutter and turn your life around. Do you agree, brother? Can you hear me? Oh, Brother Jarvis. Let me get back to you, man. Anyway, yeah, so I was talking about how God transformed my life because I kept praying and asking for his help. I kept praying and asking, and he just kept working. And you know what? The thing about it is, I was always waiting on God to do this magical thing in my life. But you know what happened? It was when I gave up. I decided it's not God that's going it's not God that's going to do something magical. It's me. I got my hands full with these demons. I'm holding on to these demons. I'm holding on to their shot, their robes. If I just let go of these a demon here, a demon there, if I just let those things go, my hands be open, I can pray. My hands be open, I can pray, asking for his blessings and I can take the blessings in that he's trying to give to me. But I had so brother, I was holding on so many demons, man. But I was covering it up, I thought pretty good. I thought I was covering it up pretty good till I hit the wall. I couldn't do it no more. I couldn't, I just couldn't do it no more. But you know what I mean? All the while, step by step, God was never left my side, never left me. It was me scared to let go of the crutches that I've been holding on to, which was the demons. But here I am. You know, I'm living proof that God is able. I'm living proof. Are you there, Brother Jarvis?
Yes, sir.
I'm giving a damn good testimony, man. You missing it, man. I'm giving a damn
Oh
good
man,
testimony, man.
we had to do it again.
I'm giving a damn good testimony, man. I'm talking about how, man, you just got to keep praying, man. Keep, and God can help you, man. You know what I mean? If you in a bad way. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Um,
If anybody know, I know.
yes, sir. I mean, we both got stories. So my thing was, man, I was telling the people, you know, I was telling about me, but now that you're here, you can tell too. I know your story too. That we can prove that this product worked. The product being God. You know what I'm saying? God's
Oh
mercy.
yes, sir.
The product works. We ain't talking
Right.
from our bill got paid and then we talking about being face down in the dirt and the only one lifting you up is the good Samaritan. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The good
Right. Right.
Samaritan.
We talking about. I done lived in my car. I done
Yeah,
lived in my car for months. You
yeah,
know, stayed in my car really over a year.
yeah,
Sleeping at the Home Depot.
yeah. I remember that.
You
I
know,
remember.
night in and night out.
I remember how I had to say, hey brother, you ain't gotta save every piece of food you eating. You ain't gotta save it and wrap it up. We sitting at a
Right.
restaurant, Brother Jarvis will wrap up everything. Like I don't know when I'm gonna eat again. I gotta wrap this up. Like nah, brother, you ain't.
Right. Well, in the middle
God
of the night, I used to get
turn it
hungry.
around. Yeah, God gonna turn it around.
So,
I'm talking
right,
about after
right.
you got the
You know,
beachhead back. I mean, it's a whole good. Brother Jarvis' story is good as mine, man. I mean, it's tough. You know what I mean? But we're two brothers that know that God works. If you ask him, if you willing to step to him, he can step to you. But he can't step to
Right.
you. He can't do nothing for you if you don't come to him. If you're not willing to sacrifice something to
Right.
come to him. Right?
Right. Right.
What you
Oh
say,
yeah. Right.
what you say about that?
Absolutely. Well, you know, one thing about walking with God, if you walk with Him long enough, you realize that it's tough when you really, really believe. I mean, He loved Jesus. Look what He did to him. You
Man.
know. So not that He turned His back on him, but you know, God requires when He says everything, He literally requires everything. He can do to give up everything. He wants to know that you love Him above everything, and I mean, even above your own mother who gave you life. God
Man.
wants to know you love and worship Him and only Him. You
Wow.
will put to that test to see. And after you come out of that, you'll know. You know, I heard a minister say that he didn't, I'm paraphrasing, so many years of walking with God, you have to graduate from believing to knowing.
Right.
You know, and one thing about God, He'll burn you up enough to where you don't believe anymore. You know, because you done been through the flames.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the minister would always liken walking with God like making a weapon. You know, when you make a sword, you take some raw iron or raw steel and you stick it in coal or hot fire. And you take it out the fire. You don't cool it off. You beat on it. Then you put you put it into the fire. You
Yeah.
know, that's how God is with His children. He will always put you in the fire. But every time, like I try to explain to some young folks, one young brother asked me one time, he said, as you get older, does life get tougher? I said, oh, yeah. He said, it does? I said, oh, yeah. But with strength, you get stronger than the trials get because trial is always coming. The
Yeah.
storm is always coming.
Yeah.
Once you get out of one, by the time you done dry off, the clouds are forming.
Right.
So after a while, you begin to realize you and after a while, you look. I want to say you look forward to it because you already know you graduate from believing. You know you're gonna be all right.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, when you think it ain't gonna be all right, oh, this the end. I'm leaving here. You really gonna be all right then.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing that we really believe. When it's time to go, oh, you about to really be all right.
Yeah.
So it's always all right, no matter what the circumstances. My mama, God rest her soul,
Rest the soul.
you know, uh, uh, if they cut off one arm, my mama, well, and my father too, God rest his soul, they were the type of parents that would tell you, okay, they cut off one, right? Yeah, they didn't cut off my arm. Well, you still got the other one.
Yeah.
That's how they work. Well, they cut off my arm, cut off my leg. Well, you still got one arm, one leg. It's always the upbeat, the good part. They rest on the good, So like I said, getting back to Kirk Franklin and his son,
Yeah.
before I was interrupted by technical difficulty, there are a couple of theories that and as children, that's why I stopped off. As children, when you're a child, you think as a child. When you become a man, you think as a man. So when you're a little boy, especially little boys are very protective of their mother. And anytime a father, uh, the little boy may think or feel like that father is abusing his mother, even though that's his biological father. If he feels like that father is abusing his mother, there's something that can form in his heart to start to think either I'm gonna get you back or I'm gonna get you for mama because she ain't, getting you back should be. She ain't strong enough to fight you.
That makes
But
sense.
when you're a child, you're thinking like a child. You're not a man. Because see, you see your mother as your mother. You don't see your mother as a woman. See, you haven't heard his side of the story. You don't
Right.
know why he did what he did. The only thing you see is my daddy abusing my mama. That's what you think. That's what you see. That's why it says when you're a child, you think as a child. You don't know. But as you live long enough and you begin to experience women, you begin to realize, That's why daddy acted like that.
Yeah.
Ah, that's why daddy did that. Cause see, now
Yeah.
you dealing with a woman. See, you see your mother as a mother. You always forget as a child, no, that's a woman. She's a woman first before she was your mother,
That's right.
you know. So yeah, so I think now I have no idea, but that's probably where that boy at. He feel like Kurt Franklin did something wrong to his mom. So he got to take up for his mom.
Yeah. I mean that.
So I mean
Yeah.
that's one thing. Or I don't know. He's grown to his father for hypocrisy. Now, why you feel like you got to show the whole world his hypocrisy is beyond me. Because like you said about Noah, he had that one son who wanted to tell the world, "My daddy a drunk." Well, you
Yeah.
keep that in house. We all have
Right.
vices.
Right.
Ain't no man got no vices. I don't know nothing.
Right.
If you do, you let me know, and I show
Right.
you a liar.
Right.
But every man got some vices.
Right.
It could be liquor, it could be drugs, it could be food, it could be pretty women, it could be
It can be
anything.
wasting time. Yeah.
Yeah, right,
Yeah.
right. So we all got vices. You ain't saying this man's hypocrisy, but you showing. I didn't need to see that.
No.
I don't know why you think the world needs to see that. I didn't need to see that. Nor did I
Well,
want to.
I think that he thought that by doing that he was going to some kind of way um hurt his father. I think he thought,
Right,
like, and I'm not bad mouthing women, but we understand they're emotional. They're more emotional than men, and so you know how sometimes a woman will just, they, she would just key your car, or she would just do
right,
something, throw dishes all over her own house. You know what I mean? It's like, but you
right,
clean all that up
right,
and get more dishes. You know what I mean? But in the heat of the moment,
right,
they're not realizing this is your stuff. You doing this too. You are causing
right,
a bigger problem by what you're doing than if you would just handle it differently.
right,
And I think because he really didn't have, or accept. I'm not saying his father didn't teach him, but maybe he didn't accept. Because some of these young men, they don't want to accept the harsh reality of being a man, especially a black man. They don't
right,
understand this kind of tough skin you got to have to be out here in this world and be a black man. You know what I mean? Because
right,
they don't want to
right,
accept that. They want everybody to
right,
talk nice to them, and you gotta sit me down and say nice stuff to me. It doesn't it don't happen that
right.
way. You know what I mean? Most of the time.
No,
So
no,
I think it was a combination of what you said, where he built up this resentment for his daddy because he wasn't in the present with his mama, and then also this thing just built up, and then I think if you listen to the tape, if somebody's laughing when Kurt Franklin started cussing the dude out, somebody started laughing. So that on top of now, that's emasculating right there. So you emasculating the man by cussing at the man first. Then you got somebody laughing at him. That's humiliating the man. You can't emasculate and humiliate somebody and expect good to come out of that. So if that
right,
is the what you call the flow of their relationship, then I can see how he could do something like this. Because they're treating him like a little boy. They're emasculating him like a little boy. Then they're humiliating him like he's a little boy, but they're expecting him to act like a man. So it
right,
don't make sense. And this is just the part we heard. We don't know how many years this been
right,
going on. Probably been going on since forever, right? That's the pattern
right,
of when when his daddy get tired of it, he just explode, right?
right,
And shit, we've been there, right? Both of us we've been there, right? When you talking to this boy and you just like you talking to a brick wall. All your words just bouncing right
yeah,
off your head, right? I can understand how you could get
right,
that frustrated, but at the same time, you gotta if you want that kind of result, a different result, you gotta come at it differently. And I just think he just had so much built up resentment. He just wanted to strike back. He just wanted to strike back. He felt powerless in that moment, and he wanted to show that he had some power too. So he said, "Okay, no problem. I'm gonna tape you, and then I'm gonna hit you hard. Bang! Now you're gonna have to come. Now you're gonna have to deal with
Right.
what I did." It's like remember the
Right.
movie Ferris Bueller, and the boy ran
Right.
the car went in the backyard, went through the window in the backyard,
Yeah.
and he was like, Ferris Bueller's like, "Man, what's gonna happen? You gonna be all right?" And he's like, "Yeah, man. Now my father gonna have to actually talk to me instead of just giving me money to go to school and just putting food in the fridge and never talking to me. Now you're gonna have to actually talk to me." And I think that's what
Right.
Franklin's son was like. Now you're gonna have to actually deal with me. You gonna have to deal with me.
Right.
I got power to hurt you, so you can't come at me like a little boy no more. That's my theory.
Right.
What you say, brother?
Yeah. It's sad that today you can't talk to a man to man, even your own son, man to
It's
man.
crazy,
I
right?
got to use soft words. I got to make sure I don't hurt your feelings. Sometimes, man, I can't, as a father, I can't treat you like that. Because there's a time, as the Bible says, there's a time for everything. There's a time for harsh words to get you to understand what I'm saying. Sometimes I got to use baby language so you can hear me. Because I sometimes stop and say, "You understand me?"
Yeah.
Them words start bouncing off of them. But saying all that, it didn't, to me, it doesn't justify that boy doing what he did. Even if your father did humiliate you, even if he did emasculate you, it don't justify you doing to me. It don't justify you doing what you did. You
I
don't do
agree.
your father like that.
I agree with you.
I don't know what.
Laying the pathology
Right.
out
I
there
don't
for
know what.
why
I don't know.
he might have done that.
Right. Right. I don't know. But it's even saying it's a shame. I
Yeah.
can't talk to you.
Yeah.
Because today as a child you got to be able to take it.
Yeah.
You're a black man.
I
You got to
mean,
be able to take much more than that.
man, man,
You got to
that's
be able to
nothing.
take it.
That's nothing.
When that police officer call you a nigga, what you gonna do? Swing at him? He got a gun. You
Yeah.
got to be able to take it.
Yeah.
You know.
Gonna be
There's a time
his
you
gun
may have to
against
get
your
him
mom.
back on the tail end.
That's
I'm
but
sorry.
see that's so I made a video earlier, man, about this topic. So in the earlier video, I was saying that your parents, man, they just get a they just get a pass, man. You know what I'm saying? They doing
Yes,
it the
sir.
way
Right.
they know how to do it best, and you got to be
Right.
you and me. We got to be astute enough to be able to say, okay, I wouldn't do it like that, but that's how they came up. I understand this is where they're coming from. They mean well. Their methodology might be off com- based on current event, based on the current situation, climate, but they mean well. So
Right.
I got to just accept it and say, okay. Then when I get my own place, see, my thing is, if you really got that much of a problem with your father, stop taking his money. Stop, stop,
Right.
stop having your feet under his table and kicking everybody under that table. No, you go get your own table. If you got that much of a problem,
Right.
get your own place, get your own table, sustain yourself, then go back to the man and sit him down and say, I'd like to talk to you about the way you treated me. This is how it made me feel, etc., etc. And even you have to have a counselor in the middle of that. You have a counselor there so it don't get ugly. But you, Brother Jarv, we had a saying back in the day: don't bite the hand that feeds you. You don't bite the hand that feeds you. You know what I mean?
Right.
If your parents said something or did something you didn't like, you just ate it. I
That's
remember
right.
my mother, God rest her soul. My mother would cuss me out for stuff that my brother did. And even when she found out, there wasn't no apology. There wasn't no,
Right.
I was wrong, I'm sorry, and nothing. There wasn't
Right.
no acts
Right.
of, you know what I mean? I mean,
Right.
just
Yeah, he did
you
it.
but let me throw this out there. It wasn't no, see, I told you that it wasn't me. See, I told you. You didn't
Right.
do that. You didn't do that for two
No.
reasons. Number one, you knew that the blowback was going to be so horrific that would have been
Right.
just stupid to do. The next thing, it was just you just had too much respect. My mother,
Right.
man, my mother and my father, they had a tumultuous relationship. I was always pulling my father off of my mother, always, and
Right.
so I
Right.
just had too much respect for her. I had too much. I had too much respect for her. Anything that she did wrong, I was gonna carry that, even if she was 100% wrong. You think I'm gonna let my mother
Right.
go to bed mad at me? No, I,
Right.
or feel like, oh man, or cry because I said something to her, upset her because I couldn't take the weight that she was. I wasn't gonna let her carry no weight, brother. I wasn't letting her carry no weight. I don't care if she was 100% wrong.
Right.
I was gonna carry that. You MF, you
Right.
did this and you left this out and you did this and boom, 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 boom. My brother come in the next day, be like, "Oh yeah, I left that out. Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all." No, nothing, right? But I had too much
Right.
respect for. I wasn't gonna be like, I just, we just back in the day, what we do? We just brushed it off. We just walked it off,
Yeah, you ain't that. Right.
right?
Right.
And especially my father, there wasn't no you was wrong. There
No.
wasn't no, and I know JT was the same way. It wasn't no
It
you.
worse.
Yeah, it wasn't no. It wasn't no, and it wasn't gonna be no. I'm sorry.
No.
One time I came in,
That's definitely out.
I came in from school one day, brother. I came in from school. Everything in my room was on the floor. He thought I had stole a tool or something of his he was looking for. Everything, all my drawers were dumped in the middle of the floor. Everything. I walk in, I'm like, what happened? And he didn't even say nothing. My mother had to tell me, oh, he was looking for this or that. I was like,
He ain't gonna put it back.
he ain't no putting nothing back. No, I'm sorry.
No.
No, nothing. I
No.
was looking for no explanation, nothing. But
Right.
guess what, Bro Jarv? I had enough sense to not say a word. Pick
Right.
up my stuff because you don't bite the hand that feeds you. Because
Right.
if I want to talk mess, I better have a place to go. I better have a place to
Right.
eat. I better have a place
Right.
that's looking out for me like these people looking out for me. Until then,
Right.
fall in line. Yes, sir.
Right. Right.
Oh, you want me? Yes, sir.
Right.
Ain't none of this. Hey, that ain't
You
on my
have
to-do list. Oh, no. Yes, sir. Right?
it is now.
Yeah,
Right.
right. Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that, but these lessons I don't think are getting taught in the current climate because so many other things are happening in the current climate that our children didn't gravitate to. They learn to
They
respect. They
can't
what?
take it. I mean, they
Yeah.
can't take it. We in a society you can't even tell a woman you look nice. You can't even
No,
tell a sister you
not at
look
work.
nice. You can't even tell her that.
Not at work.
Because I mean, we're in a
We got to do another
hypersensitive
one on.
environment.
Go ahead, brother.
No, I mean, we're in a hypersensitive environment. You can't do or say anything.
Yes.
I mean, nothing's funny no more. Uh, Children can't take it. My own children can't take it. They can't take what was put on me. And I'm softer than my father, way softer than my father, but they can't take it. I don't even cuss as much. You know, they can't. They can't.
Me either, brother. Me either.
You can't. You can't take it.
Yeah.
I mean, to sit up there and get on you, I made you in 5 minutes because I didn't called you an MF. That's the first time you've been called that.
But
I
they don't.
mean, or I
But here's
said you ain't shit. That's the first time I didn't said that to you.
but here's the thing, brother. Here's the thing. They don't know how to forgive. See, we at least because we I think because at the time when we were coming up, spirituality was more in the home. It was more respected outside of the home, right? It
Yes,
was
sir.
more respected. But now spirituality is not. It's like a it's like quack medicine. They don't see it,
Yes, sir.
so they don't never learn how to forgive. They don't learn how to forgive, and especially who's the first person you're supposed to be practicing forgiveness on? Your parents. You forgive them.
Yes, sir.
They deserve
Right.
all the forgiveness that you got in your heart. You forgive them. I don't care how many lines, like Charlie Murphy said, your parents gonna be habitual line steppers. They're gonna keep stepping over every
Yes.
line that you think that they shouldn't be stepping over. They're gonna step over. You're gonna be like,
Right.
man, but they deserve our forgiveness.
Right.
They deserve our forgiveness, man. As much as we got, they should get double portions of forgiveness because of what they sacrificed for us. But sometimes, man, we have to get to a real old age before we realize, oh wow, now I see what
That's
all
what
this
they
stuff
meant.
do.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. You know,
brother.
you know the thing too.
Go ahead, man. Make your
Yes, sir.
last point because I got to shut this down, man, in a minute.
Okay, you know the thing too is that although you may feel like parents are out of time, it's not necessarily that they're out of time. Take the principles that they give you. They may be out of time, meaning they just don't necessarily fit in the time you live in. But a lot of times when you're a parent, what they give you are principles. Take the principles and apply it to your time and learn how to use what they gave you.
Yes, sir.
Because a lot of times my own children think, oh man, my daddy old. You have no idea, man. I'm
Right.
not as old as you. And most time what I throw at my children are just principles. I don't even throw you my opinion because you
Right.
can't take my opinion.
Right.
If you really knew what I thought about you, like, you disappointed in me, Dad, you need to be doing what we're doing. All my sons, you need to be doing a lot more than what you're doing.
Right.
But I can't tell you that. You can't
Yeah.
take it.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what, brother?
If
We're
I
gonna
could
have to
tell you could take it, you'd be a much better man.
Yeah. You know what, brother? We're gonna have to come back to this conversation, man. I'm gonna have to shut it down
Yes,
now,
sir.
man. You got any parting words?
Yes, sir. No, that's it, bro. Like I said, I found out what the technical difficulty was. We good.
We good? Okay. All right.
We
I
good.
still
Yeah.
want
Yes,
you
sir.
to get a
Next
mic,
time.
brother. Still at least get you a mic. Get you that
Yes, sir.
mic this week, right? All right, brother. I'll hit you back
Yes,
later.
sir.
All right.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Peace. All right. I'll greet you in peace. And oh yeah, like I always say, never be the aggressor.